in a very beginning, that the government and the parliament, they will do their job. That is, which is to introduce the bill and get it passed. And the parliamentarians, in their wisdom, they will pass it. And I don't see any hitch. I think, Rajya Sabha might also pass it very soon. But, the big issue is now with the judiciary. Already there is this talk within the judiciary. There are complaints that the judicial infrastructure is not keeping pace with the amount of caseload that is coming to them. So, and it looks very good talking about judges who understand what they are doing. But I think it will be very, very difficult to find such people. Where do you have the expertise? Are you going to hire chartered accountants to be, help these courts, special courts? What about the high courts? How are you going to distinguish between Judge A and Judge B? Because in the high court, all judges are the same. You cannot start looking at this.
About the appointment of the judges here in these courts, the fact is that the judges to a commercial court will be appointed by the state government after concurring with the Chief Justice of the concerned High Court. Also, the Chief Justice of High Court will nominate the judges with experience in the commercial matters. And the commercial divisions will comprise of one or more benches consisting of a single judge. The fact is, Manish, have we been able to tackle these cases in the past with adequacy, with the fact that the judges do have, experience in dealing with these commercial cases? Has an evaluation been done? I mean, with your experience also, do you see that it will be easy to implement it, having those courts and having those very professional, learned justices who can deal with such matters? Because these are, matters of expertise.
Unfortunately, in the Indian context, our judiciary behaves just like any other wing of the government. They are not open to change. And what is the government or the parliament doing here? They are taking away your power, a judge's power, and giving it to somebody else's. So there will be resistance. But it depends. That is why I said now the higher judiciary will have to raise its hand and say, okay, yes, there is a challenge, but we will implement it. And I am sure the government in its wisdom, if it wants this to succeed, funds should not be a constraint. I don't see that. But my big worry is that, the workload, everybody is talking about the workload going down. I see it going up, because speedier justice also means that more people have confidence in courts and they'll come forward. Right now, I don't go to a consumer court because I see, my case taking 5 years in the district forum. But if I was assured of adjudication of my dispute in the next 6 months, I would file 10 cases tomorrow.
And you would agree with what Dr. Sinha also said, that the tendency of these cases, I mean, the way they erupt is, the degree is quite high. So that way it is just fine that there's a separate board or there's a separate court dealing with these cases.
Yes,
so that the other cases also not affected by that.
There is no question, expertise always helps. If you have good judges, expert judges who understand business. I totally agree with the panelists here who say that right now judges don't understand, many judges don't understand what they are, somebody who's practiced criminal law throughout his life, you cannot expect him to understand a civil case, or maybe he understands, but the nitty-gritties, and especially in commercial disputes, intellectual property cases, they will also come.
That's right, they will also come into conversion.
And it's such a tricky question that you don't need expertise, domain expertise to deal with those cases. Thankfully, I think the government has shown the way, the judiciary has to implement it.
Mr. Chaudhary, do you think this is going to be an added challenge for you? To see that, really, you must have experts here of domains, because we know that intellectual property rights in itself is an issue where we need a lot of wisdom to be shown.
It's an evolving
Absolutely. And it's an evolving issue. It's changing with the passage of time. Mr. Chaudhary, how do you look at the challenge?
On the question of expertise, I can tell you this, because there are two streams for appointment of the judges in High Court. One is from judicial services, that is 30%, and 70% from the bar, that is from the advocates. You can find the advocate from various streams, including having the experience in commercial litigation. So the Chief Justice has to see and assign the work to that judge dealing with the commercial dispute, who has done the work and who has practiced for last so many years in matter relating to commercial disputes. So he is expert in that. So if the commercial courts, once you assign 1 or 2 judges that these judges will deal only the commercial dispute, then they are expert in that subject. You are not required to teach them. Lawyer is not required to teach them. They know it. So the work disposal will be very quick. And you will see also the quality of judgment. Suppose I have practiced for last so many years, 38 years or 40 years in criminal law. And if I am judge and matter is coming before me, I will deal all sort of matter, including commercial matter, criminal matter, general matter, civil matter, all type of matters. Then my expertise will be less in those matters which related to the civil matters or matter relating to criminal law. So that's why these separate commercial courts work. Basically, there is no creation of separate court. It is basically in High Court and Supreme Court assignment of the commercial litigation to a particular bench and to those judges having expertise in
and sir,
that subject.
Do we have an assessment of how many such commercial dispute cases are stuck in our High Courts?
So far as other High Courts are concerned, I can give the figure of all these 5 High Courts having the original jurisdiction. From the colonial time, we have given the original jurisdiction to 5 High Courts, this Delhi, Kolkata, Madras, this Mumbai and Himachal. So in all these High Courts, more than 50% cases, that is 51.7% cases, are related to commercial litigations.
Okay. And all suits of a value of rupees 1 crore or more pending in High Court now shall be transferred to the commercial divisions. That is
commercial divisions.
That's what
so
is
if
considered.
the matter is pending in the High Court, that will be transferred to that particular bench.
Sir, Mr. Mehtab, it's a very important thing to look at, that how soon are these cases going to be disposed of, the time limit which is being specified. Now one has to really look at the practicality of that too. Do you think that there are a lot of internal reforms which the judiciary will have to undertake? Because let's say this is an experiment that the country is beginning to do, but keeping in mind the performance of the judiciary in the past and the fact that the same infrastructure would be available, maybe would be built also on the same lines that we had in the past.
I believe,
what kind of impression would it have?
I believe that once the task is given to the judiciary, they will live up to that, and they will definitely improve the situation in the judiciary itself. And once a time limit is there, of course, there are other provisions which Mr. Chaudhary can explain, of taking time, of repeated dates that are given. But once a specific court is entrusted with a job, he has to explain how many cases he has disposed of and what other mechanisms are there, how quickly it can be addressed to.
Is it very important, sir, to have this very strict provision that certain case should be disposed of in a certain period of time? Time-bound manner of disposing of cases.
Time-bound manner. There are provisions in other countries also where you can maximum give 3 dates. No further dates are given. Similarly, and this is a civil case and it relates to finance. It's not that we didn't have any taxation practitioners earlier. We have that. We have them. Some expertise is there, but to have a dedicated court in this manner, as we have in specific high courts, a tax bench. Though it is not declared as a tax bench, but we know such and such judge who has expertise in taxation law, the cases are referred to him by the Chief Justice of that concerned High Court. Similarly, here we have, of course, I agree to what has been said earlier. We are creating another branch where certain cases will be decided, and these cases will be 1 crore or above as the government will be deciding. But I think the basic idea is to have quick disposal or quick redressal of the grievances, and in that will be a good thing. But I still keep my finger crossed. Let us wait for another 3-4 years.
Fine. We'll take a very quick break now in Public Forum. Please stay tuned for more on the other side of this break. I'll take concluding remarks from you, Mr. Chaudhary and Mr. Mehtab, just in one line each, sir.
So
you look at the challenges also. There are challenges which have to be.
So far as the Arbitration Conciliation Act is concerned, it is only applicable when you, in agreement itself, you provide in case of dispute, then the resolution through the arbitration.
The country, and if you have to, because the investor, the Indian investor also needs to be safeguarded.
Okay.
So that is something which the government needs.
I'll take concluding remarks from you, Mr. Chaudhary and Mr. Mehtab, just in one line each, sir.
So
You look at the challenges also? There are challenges
Challenge-
which
yes,
have to be
so
sorted
far
out.
as the Arbitration Conciliation Act is concerned, it is only applicable when you, in agreement itself you provide, in case of dispute, then the resolution through the arbitration. Number one. So far the days and all this, it has already been provided
right,
in the
that's
act.
right.
But I will also like to add, by this act and amendment in, because both the act, this commercial court and the arbitration,
Right.
they are well connected. So now
Goodbye.